So what we encourage everybody to do is to develop that awareness. We're going to have some very specific motions we're going to have you go through. So now coming into this hand and elbow, we're going to do a few different things because hand and elbow pain is different for everybody. So the first thing that I want you to try out is I want you to just stand there. And what you're going to do is as you're just standing there, you're just going to record what it feels like into your hands and your elbows. And you're going to notice, do you have any twinges? Do you have any tingling? Do you have any spots that are feeling numb or sore? Or maybe you don't have any of those and the body just feels really good. And you can take a quick look down and just kind of see how those arms and elbows are hanging. And then what we're going to want you to do is at the end of these awareness activities, we want you to do the rolling curriculum, and then we would want you to go back and compare them again. Because we need to remember that so much of what's going on is the story that the brain has created, and oftentimes that story isn't correct. So what happens when I do these awareness activities is every time I do an awareness activity, I actually improve my neural mapping. I improve the ability for my brain to connect with what's going on within my body and knowing, okay, my left arm is in this spot and the brain records it in the correct spot, and it doesn't confuse the left arm and the left inside elbow for the left outside elbow. So all of these awarenesses are going to really help you clean that up. So after you've done an assessment standing, you're going to do an assessment while you're sitting. And a lot of people don't think that this is significant, but what happens is that most people are sitting the majority of their day. We've transitioned into a world where a large percentage of people have some kind of a sedentary job. And even if they're not sitting at work, we know that the average person watches anywhere between 5 to 6 hours of TV a night. So for some people, when they sit, depending on how they're leaning on their elbow or on their hand, that can really drastically increase any pain sensation that they have going on and can have an impact on range of motion. So being able to do a sitting assessment and an awareness activity is really significant. From there, walking. When you're walking, how is that elbow swinging? Does the elbow swing and move comfortably? Does the hand move comfortably? Are the fingers nice and relaxed? And it's really quite fascinating when we work with our patients to really see how often we have these really interesting movement patterns where maybe I'm holding the elbow really stiff and only the motion is happening at my shoulder, or I don't realize that I'm holding my thumb out as I'm walking, or maybe I'm holding my little pinky in as I'm walking. So these walking assessments are going to have a huge impact on being able to really see what's going on within your body. And it doesn't have to be a lot. You can even just step into a hallway in your house, walk up and down a couple of times, then do the rolling protocol for the hand and the elbow, the rolling curriculum, and then walk afterwards. And if you really want to increase that awareness, is do one side and then walk again, or stand or sit, and then do the next awareness activity. After walking, one of my favorite movements that I have my patients do or my clients do is just a simple snow angel. The ability to be able to bring our arms up and bring our arms back down, and feeling what's happening in my elbows and my arms and my hands and my fingers as I'm doing this are significant. And even as I'm standing here right now, I can feel a difference. On my right hand, I have a little more tension and stiffness in my outer two fingers than I do on the left. I don't have any sensation about that tightness on my left side, and when I get to the top, I can feel those two fingers on the outside are just a little tighter. Now again, that doesn't mean that anything is necessarily wrong, but that can let me know that maybe I need to focus a little bit more work on my hand and my elbow into that side. So, and then simple elbow movement, just being able to flex your elbow and extend your elbow. Can you relax your elbow all the way down? And if you relax your elbow, how does the arm hang? For some people, because the arm tissue and the forearm tissue is so tight, when they relax, it actually stays bent. Other people, their elbow hangs down, it actually hyperextends. The elbow kind of bends out the other way. So what kind of movement do you have in your elbow? So being able to do an elbow awareness before you roll one side is significant. From there, just wiggle your hands and your fingers, being able to flex your wrists, being able to move your fingers in a kind of like a piano-like motion. I pretend I'm playing the piano or pretend I'm playing my guitar, and doing those simple ranges of motion and then doing the elbow and hand curriculum can have a huge impact on really cleaning up that brain mapping on what's going on and really improve your neuroplasticity.